I joined the company around about 4 months ago, just over 4 months ago, and have been working with the leadership team there to kind of hone in on where is it we want to be in 10 years' time, and how do we want to start to get there. So what's our overall purpose as an organisation, where do we want to be in 10 years, and what does that look like in 1 year and 3 years? So how do we step out towards that? And when we think about the overall for the company, before we sort of focus in on the AML side of things, when we think of overall for the company, in the past maybe we've had a slightly siloised, we've got certain sort of business units around here, particularly around the enterprise systems, and something different with managed services, and something different again with digital, and something different again with AML. What we think is our real strength is how we bring that all together for our customers, so how we front up with a full sort of end-to-end value chain. Now, not all our customers are going to want all the parts of that, but there's a lot of crossover there, and a lot more that we think we can bring to our customers to make their business more valuable, or to unlock more value in their business, because we've got these different parts. So it's really about, our strategy is really around how to help our customers to understand a full value chain and use that to help unlock value for them. Probably the key part for us with that as well is that one of the areas that you're going to hear about today is from Shane, as he mentioned before, is talking around how we work with customers around that, digging into insights and understanding the user experiences. That insights-led approach and customer-led approach is where we really excel, and what we've done really, really well with in the past, and we have some really great feedback from customers because of that, and we've been able to create some really great experiences. That's more and more of what we're going to do, and if you like, that's part of why I and the rest of the team are excited to get together with you today, because it's the start of that journey with our AML community. So how to start getting that feedback and input from you and your teams as users into creating an even better product over time, and really feeding into that roadmap. So that's a little bit about where our overall strategy is. So very much about growth, very much customer-centred, insights-driven, and with really strong foundation there with a full sort of value chain offering, if you like. Then when we think about AML specifically, that's where we start to see some interesting things come in, and I'm only going to touch very lightly on it here. The team's going to take you through a lot more of it today. But the sort of things that we're really excited about is when we think of some of the new technologies that are out there, and how we can use those to really unlock value out of the AML product and out of your data. There's some really interesting possibilities. But if you like, to help organise ourselves or start that journey, we've put a lot of investment in and have a plan to continue that in terms of developing the product and supporting the product. And in the recent times, we've really started to develop a much, much stronger roadmap. So that's part of what you're going to learn about over the rest of today. So what's in that roadmap, how that might be of interest to you, and also how we start to get more of your interests built into that roadmap. So we're really excited to get your inputs around that. So we've got a fairly strong idea about where the product is going over the next sort of 18 to 36 months, and then where it could go out beyond that, out sort of 5 and 10 years and so forth. And that's where some of the interesting pieces come in as well, around how we bring the likes of machine learning, or understanding around blockchain, or understanding around AI and chatbots into the product in a way that really adds value to you. And I think when Matthew and I were talking before, we're saying AI, people can get sort of a bit freaked out by, it's all about robots and things like that. And you know, when you think of artificial intelligence, it kind of leads you that way. We tend to think of it as almost more like assisted intelligence. So how do we create assisted intelligence for you to make the jobs easier, to take away some of the risk, and to deliver more value? So that's part of what's there in our future and the roadmap. And in fact, I've probably just got ahead of myself a little bit roundabout, but this is where we are in terms of our journey for AML. One of the things that's been really critical in our overall strategy, and then enabling our strategy around AML, is what we've started to do early on is create more dedicated focus in the organisation to support this development that we're doing. So one of the two things we've done early on is just to change some of the key focus and key leadership staff in the organisation to create a real focus around things. So John, as you're going to hear from later on today, he's been with the organisation for a very long time, but in particular in that innovation space and products and technologies. But he's done a lot of things, like a little bit like you, Matthew, has had lots of hats and worked on lots of different things. John's particular focus now is very much around the product roadmaps and the technology strategy and roadmaps to support that. So we've made a clear investment in that part of the business to really support what we're doing with AML and some other products as well. And then on the other side of things, we've said in terms of our teams and how we deliver and how we connect with customers, we've created a COO role, and Jason Court has gone into that COO role. So that's with responsibility over sales and marketing and the delivery teams.